This is a special news report from the Cromwell Radio Group. On the phone with me this morning is Indiana Governor Mitch Daniels. Governor Daniels, thank you for joining us. You were recently in Tell City announcing a major expansion at Wapaka and hundreds of jobs coming. Is this a growing trend throughout the state?
We are having the best year that we have ever had, and every year we've been in office has been a record year in terms of jobs that the state has directly been involved in bringing to Indiana. So, yes, something good is going on. A lot of these are companies coming out of other states near us or elsewhere because they've noticed that it's better to do business in Indiana. We work hard at that, keep the costs down, keep the taxes down, and it's paying off. But, of course, the problem is that we got so far to come back from the damage we took in the recession, and we just won't rest for a minute till we do.
And how do you think the I-69 expansion will play in the future in creating new jobs?
Mike, that's always been the question for me, is what it could do for the long-term economic future of southern and southwest Indiana to be better connected to the rest, not just of the state, but the rest of the country. And, that's why we worked so hard and had to take a lot of, grief to get the project funded through our project up at the toll road. But it is going to be, I believe, bring new life to towns all up and down and even anywhere near that road. And I just really hope that places like Tell City and Rockport share fully in it.
Now, you have a plan for property taxes. It's a plan in place to permanently cap them. Let the listeners know what the plan is and what it needs to get passed.
In 2008, we passed the biggest tax cut in Indiana history. The average property tax bill in Indiana went down about 36%, in some places much more. But the other thing we did, property taxes had been reduced a time or two before in our history, and they came right back. And so I also asked the legislature to pass a cap, 1%, for instance, on the value of your house. It's a ceiling. You can be below it, but you can never go above it. And in 8 days, we have a chance to make sure that stays in Indiana law. It's going to be ballot question 1, and at the bottom of all the political offices, you'll find that referendum. And I would really encourage every taxpayer to vote yes on ballot question 1, so the politicians of the future cannot raise your property taxes again, and no court can strike down the law that we passed.
And that brings me to my next question. The midterm elections are coming up next week. What message would you like to give voters or those still sitting on the fence undecided?
If you're a taxpayer, you've got a lot at stake. Indiana's in the black, and every other state we know of is in the red and raising taxes. We did not raise taxes here. We cut them, and we want to keep holding things together in that way, not just because it takes better care of families that are struggling, but also because it's a factor. Going back to your first question, it's a real factor in bringing jobs here. When they see a state with its act together, AAA credit rating, taxes going down, not up, they know it's a place maybe they ought to bring some jobs. So when you vote, look for the taxpayer-friendly candidate. To me, that means people like Sue Ellsperman and Ron Bacon and others who will, help us. It's just a simple fact of life that the Democratic caucus and that rules the House of Representatives tried to spend $2 billion the state did not have. And if we'd let them do it, we'd have been broke last December and taxes would be higher today. So we'd rather not have to have that fight again.
And, Governor, before we wrap it up, is there anything else you'd like to add before we let you go?
Well, only that, our thoughts are never far from your part of the state because we've been working very hard on a couple more big projects. We hope Oaxaca is just the first of several. It's no secret one of them is the substitute natural gas plant that we've got just seems like hundreds of hours of time in. I do believe we can get this thing resolved sometime soon. That would be another step forward, and we will not rest as long as a single person is without the job they deserve.
You've been listening to an interview with Indiana Governor Mitch Daniels on the Cromwell News Network. I'm Mike Chaney reporting.